morning. It's Saturday, March 25th. And many of you who know me know that in the last couple of years, my wife hasn't been feeling too well, so I've taken over the shopping and the cooking. And I go out all the time and I buy foods that I like. And I never ever take the time to read the ingredients that are on the label. And there's several reasons why I don't do that. And one of the primary reasons is I have to wear glasses. And the print on those boxes or bottles or containers or whatever you want to call them, cans, the ingredient print on those boxes is very, very small. So I'm not going to be taking my glasses off and putting them on and reading them. And the other reason is I really don't care. I don't worry about the ingredients. I've lived a long time, and the ingredients on the food does not bother me. So I am not one who's really concerned with what is going into my mouth beyond whether it tastes good or I have done a good job with the food that I have bought. But it turns out that in California, they are planning a bill that will stop the sale of popular candies containing ingredients that may cause health issues. And the many ingredients that they're speaking of in this bill in California are as follows. Red dye number 3, and the others like titanium dioxide, potassium bromate, bromated vegetable oil, or propylene. And that's according to the news released by the Assembly member from California, from Jesse Gabriel's office, who introduced the bill with a fellow Democratic lawmaker, Buffy Wicks. Now, if that doesn't pique your interest, they're going to institute this bill, and if this was such an emergency, you would think it would take place quickly. Well, if this bill passes, it's not going to go into effect until January 1st, 2025. So that's 2 years from now. So how important is it to get rid of this red dye number 3? Now, each one of these products that I've mentioned have a different purpose in the manufacture of food or candies. Some of them just want to make the candy look better, brighter. That's the red coloring, the red dye number 3. It makes the candy look brighter. I guess if you look at an M&M, a red M&M, it probably has this red dye number 3. And the titanium dioxide is a powder used as a white colorant, or to give a smooth texture to candies and other processed foods. So each of these ingredients is more for good looks than it is for any nutritional value. But in any event, I don't care about what the features of these things are. They don't add any nutritional value at all to the food. And here's the interesting thing. Many of these products are banned outside of the U.S. They are banned in Europe and they are banned in other parts of the world. So the creators of these products are tailoring the ingredients and the formulas to meet the needs of the countries where the products are sold. It's a very simple thing. So if we ban these things, instead of putting us in the same region as, say, Europe, it's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to be a big deal, so why wait 2 years? Let them just turn it over to the manufacturers who probably already manufacturing it the way they do for Europe. So what's the purpose of waiting 2 years? And the reason that these products are banned in Europe is due to scientific studies that have demonstrated significant public health harms, including increased risk of cancer, behavioral issues in children, and harm to the reproductive system, and damage to your immune system. So if that's lurking in the background, we certainly shouldn't wait 2 years. And when they search the Environmental Working Group's Eat Well Guide, I didn't know there was such a thing as an Eat Well Guide, that returns nearly 3,000 products that use red dye number 3 as an ingredient. And those are in candies such as Skittles and Nerds and Trolley gummies and protein shakes and things like that. It's also in instant rice and potato products and cake mixes. So these products are lurking all over the shelves. And they represent what could be serious health hazards to people in the United States. So why is there not a bigger rush to do this? Are the manufacturers standing up and saying the studies are not true? I don't think they've said that. In fact, there are some groups that say we know that they are harmful and that the children are likely eating more of these chemicals than adults. Yeah, probably because the kids eat more candy than adults. Another thing that makes no sense is that there's a loophole in the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. It is known as the generally recognized as SAFE rule. In the context of food, the guidance states that the use of certain additives is not subject to pre-market approval if the additives meet specific criteria that experts have deemed to be safe for consumption. Who are these experts that are deeming these ingredients safe for consumption? They're probably working for some big company that's paying a lot of blood money, that's campaign funding, to the politicians to allow these products to slip by the rules and regulations for safe ingredients. It makes no sense to the people in California to have these products manufactured the way they are in the United States as opposed to the way they are in Europe. And so when California decides that they are going to ban these products, that is a major blow to some of these manufacturers, because California has the 5th largest economy in the world. Not the 5th largest in the United States, the 5th largest economy in the world. So imagine that. Almost every country in the world has a smaller economy than California. I didn't realize. So I think California is setting a great example for the rest of this country. And we all ought to get online and stand with California. I leave you with that this morning. A horrific situation that needs to be corrected. And it shouldn't take 2 years. Have a great day. Bye.